Hello, everyone, and welcome to Swim with Jim. Today we have as our guest an attorney from Virginia, Maryland, and DC. That's where he has offices. His name is Evan Farr, normal spelling, F-A-R-R. And he is an elder law attorney. Good afternoon, Evan.
Good afternoon, Jim. Glad to be with you.
Thank you. This month's theme at Main Street is all about love. And many times the adult children of parents will come to see you because they love their parents and they want to help them. What are the typical issues that adult children come to see you on behalf of their parents?
Well, first of all, what a beautiful theme of the month, and it ties in exactly with what my practice is all about and the answer to your question, which is that typically adult children that are coming to me are good, loving adult children, and they're coming to me because they want to get the best care for their parents. Typically, their parents are in the midst of some sort of health crisis. They're perhaps in a hospital, about to be discharged to rehab, or they're already in a nursing home, or they're in assisted living, and the children are typically worried about the parents outliving their money and being able to get the best possible care that is available. And we're able to help families do that through asset protection and helping these children obtain benefits on behalf of their parents.
And what strategies do you employ? And is there one in particular that has the most impact when they don't have enough money?
Really, in this world of elder-focused asset protection, and there's a lot of different names for it. You'll hear it called Medicaid asset protection, life care planning. We're also planning for veterans benefits for people who are wartime veterans. It's, as far as the strategies, there are over 24 different asset protection strategies that we can use to help people protect assets legally, ethically, in a way that they are sheltered from being counted as available assets either by Medicaid or by the VA. And by legally and ethically sheltering them, that is how we are then able to apply for the benefit, whether it be Medicaid or the veteran's pension, which can then be used to help fund the care of their loved one, their parent, sometimes even a grandparent.
I understand that people do come to you, and children of parents come to you at sort of times of crisis. Is there a better time to come and see an elder law attorney like you to plan ahead?
Well, absolutely. First of all, of course, everybody should have estate planning. And as an elder law attorney, that's a huge part of my practice is basic estate planning, using typically revocable living trusts to avoid probate, helping people protect their assets from going through the nightmare of probate, because in most states, probate is a nightmare or can be a nightmare, depending on the size of the estate and the makeup of the assets. In the states I work with, probate is definitely a nightmare, which is almost always to be avoided through use of a trust. The trust that's used to avoid probate, that everyone from the age of, say, 35 on up, especially if they have young children, that's a revocable trust. Starting at about age 65, that's when I like to start the conversation with my clients about long-term care planning. And specifically, there is a trust that I offer, that I created. I also license to attorneys around the country, called the Living Trust Plus, which is a trust that's designed to protect a client's assets from probate, plus lawsuits, plus, most importantly, nursing home expenses. And the way the trust works essentially is a client puts their assets in this living trust plus. They can control the assets. They can be the trustee. They can make distributions from the trust to the beneficiaries, which are typically their adult children. And their adult children can then turn around and give the money back to them. But they can't take the money out directly, which makes it different from a revocable trust. In fact, it is an irrevocable asset protection trust. And once the assets have been in this trust for more than 5 years, they are protected in connection with Medicaid. So if somebody goes in a nursing home and their assets have been in this trust for more than 5 years, those assets are not counted towards their Medicaid resource limit, which in Virginia, for instance, is $2,000 is what you're allowed to keep. This trust also helped people get a veteran's benefit of up to $25,000 a year tax-free income to help pay for long-term care, whether that's at home or in assisted living or in a nursing home.
And how does long-term care insurance or life insurance with a long-term care benefit or an annuity with a long-term care benefit, how do those vehicles fit in to this kind of planning?
Well, to me, they fit in very well. I mean, you're the financial expert, but myself, I'm not so much a fan of traditional long-term care insurance just because of the big upheavals in the market and the rates going up on everybody, and the fact that it's use or lose. And if people go under the bus or get killed in a car accident or drop dead of a heart attack or receive a cancer diagnosis, they're probably not going to need long-term care, and the money spent for traditional long-term care insurance is money down the drain. Whereas the hybrid products you mentioned, the life insurance or the annuities with a long-term care rider, I'm a big fan of. In fact, I'm licensed. I have my own specialized financial company called Life Care Financial Services, where I fit that into my practice when needed, because a lot of my clients, this Living Trust Plus that I mentioned a minute ago, it doesn't work for them for whatever reason. They may not have the good adult child that they can trust to make distributions to and have that child give the money back. Or they may have $700,000 in an IRA, and you can't put an IRA in a trust, and that may be their biggest asset. So in those cases, as I'm sure you know, we can shift money on a tax-free basis under the Pension Protection Act and have that money be used through a hybrid product that has a long-term care benefit. So we're doing quite a bit of that for clients when the traditional legal tools don't work out for them.
Well, I know you're a very well-known elder law attorney in the two-state, one-district region, Central Mid-Atlantic, but how does one find an accomplished elder law attorney in other regions of the country?
Well, there's a couple great sources. For somebody who's looking for the Living Trust Plus, that trust that I just mentioned, that I license to attorneys around the country, there's somewhere between 60 and 65 attorneys around the country that have licensed that. They could just go to livingtrustplus.com and click on their state and hopefully find a local attorney that can help them. Or if they're just interested in general elder law attorneys, another good source is the website of the National Elder Law Foundation, which is NELF, NELF.org. That is the organization that certifies elder law attorneys. I'm one of fewer than 500 certified elder law attorneys in the country. And NELF has a listing by state of all the certified elder law attorneys throughout the country. So if you're going to, if you have a family that needs an elder law attorney, the best type to use is somebody who's certified, just as you're a certified financial planner, it's a clear indication that you know what you're doing, and a certified elder law attorney is the same thing, because anybody can claim to be an elder law attorney. They might have been a week out of law school and they printed a business card that says elder law attorney, but unless you're certified, there's no guarantee. Another website is the National Academy of Elder Law Attorneys, which is NAELA.org or .com. I think both work. And that will list all elder law attorneys. It will list if somebody has the credentials, the certification. They also offer their own certification of indicating that somebody is an advanced practitioner. They have what's called the Council of Advanced Practitioners. So if you see the letters CAP after someone's name, that also indicates that they're a very experienced elder law attorney, even though they might not be certified.
Well, listen, our time is just about up. You've been very gracious with your answers to our questions. Is there any one final comment that you'd like to make to our viewers?
Well, I would just like to clear up a couple huge misconceptions, and I get these every day, is people don't realize that they can protect assets and still get Medicaid. People think they have to spend down their life savings until they're broke in order to get Medicaid, and that's simply not true. And the other huge myth that people have is that if you go on Medicaid, you get poor quality care in a nursing home, and that is simply not true either. In fact, the people who get the best care are the people who do Medicaid asset protection and have money that is under the control of a trusted loved one, back to your theme, a loving adult child who can then use the money to make life better for the parent that they love while they're in the nursing home. And that's really what elder law is all about, is helping these loving families get the best possible care for their elders.
Evan Farr, that's a wonderful conclusion to a great interview. Thank you very much for being with us today. I've put your email address under you a couple of different times, so if people want to have a further conversation with you or contact you or your office, they can. We appreciate everybody thinking about love, especially when it comes to personal finance, because it's a great motivator. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us on Swim with Jim. Have a wonderful day.